Hello, hello. We are live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Por tinta game chai. No problem, abraz. No problemo. Hello, hello. We are live. So please, jara acho, amake bolo, people who are in the stream. No, it's a wrong competition. I must apologize. So it's just me, it seems. So here we have it. Hello. Zunain, yes, I see your hellos. So I'm just gonna show you the lineup. Yes, proceed. Edit kits and lineup. So do tell me, কোনো change আছে নাকি, Zunain? Let me know if there are any changes. Yeah, big, says Tanzim. Yes, yeah, big indeed. Why is Sanju Samson your second bowler, Zunain? I will change that real quick. I think it was first Nasim Shah. Yeah, that would have been a big problem there if Sanju Samson was a second bowler and we've been seeing him. So as requested, Mominul Haq is your captain. Yeah, all good, says Shudin. Am I getting an all good from Zunain? ভাই জুনাইন বল তোর লাইনআপ ঠিক আছে কিছু বললো না Nasim and Rope. Yeah. That's exactly how it is. Okay, I'll put Nasim at 1 then, since you said it, and Rope at 2. Okay, good. Yeah. No wait, that didn't happen. Yeah, okay, I think that's a glitch, but I think it did happen. Anyway, so we're gonna move on with the game now. A quick look at the match settings. We're at the COXS crater, which is the Sophia Gardens, mind you. I think since it's a bit of a late game, as Zunaid has to go to the airport, we'll do it at 7:30. Let's go to pit settings. Oh no, standard, medium. That's what we're doing all in day one, match day one over here. So at the COXS Crater, all is good, and we can begin the game. So here we go. Ah, here we are. Oh, Castle Howell, a sponsor. Is that a hark back to Howell House, Zunine's housing society back in Bodwin? So here we are. It's the COXS BAZAAR COCKS versus Sector 10 Stallions. It's a late match tonight. I think this is the first time in history that Sophia Gardens has seen a night game. Jellyfish Business School. That's Red 1 to the business, and Mominal Hawk flicks the coin. And Sector 10 calls tails. Is the COCKS who win the toss? What a height difference between the two. Reminds me of Temba Bavuma and Janssen. And the COCKS have decided to bat first. Well, maybe they still think that the defending team is the one that does well. And it's gonna be Ben Stokes bowling first to Sanju Samson. It is gonna be a single there. Now, Ben Stokes has historically been one of the most expensive bowlers in NSL Cup history. He's had a good spell with the bat in the last season, but more or less this man has been a liability than an asset. And Gurbaz just flicking it there into the gap. The fielder gets that comfortably. Now, both the Sector 10 Stallions and the COXS BAZAAR COCKS, after Season 1, luck has not been on their side. It's been a similar story of failing to get past the group stages, not making it to the playoffs, but this season both teams are determined to make an impact. So let's see now who gets the better of the other. So Ben Stokes, just 3 dots here. Gurbaz playing the exact same shot. They're just rotating strike. They're just going for singles. They don't want to play a risky shot early on, because we've seen in other games how, playing a bit of risk early on can lead to a wicket in the very first over. And that's a sign for a collapse. A much better shot there by Sanju Samson. But I mean, a much better choice shot, but I don't think he could connect it well. Ben Stokes making some changes on the field, but seems like there were no changes whatsoever. The field is exactly the same as it was for the past 5 balls. And Gurbaz plays exactly the same shot he has played in his past 3 balls. Well then, so just 6 to end it over. And on comes Shadab Khan. Now, Shadab Khan was an ex-cock himself. But this time he's gone to the different organism. And that being a stallion. So Shadab Khan is very familiar with this ground. He spent many nights and many days on it. Let's see if he's gonna maybe use some of his tricks against his former team. So that could have been a dangerous ball and hit the wicket quite easily. Samson disposes that. Dusra well. Riveting over, says Lethal Trashcan. Yes, indeed, quite riveting. And there we go, Samson! Primed to a big shot, and the short boundary is going to make sure that goes for a 4. So the first boundary of the innings. Kalab Khan, not Shadab Khan, says Abraz. A bit of racial profiling there. And Samson once again just bisecting the fielders. Are they going to get to that? Just short. That's going to be another boundary. So Shadab Khan, it seems that the COCKS have noted down all his tricks, all his little spells, and they're saying right now, Shadab, you made the wrong choice, buddy. coming against us. We know how you play. We know what you like. That's a good bit of fielding from the Stallions to prevent another boundary. And oh boy, what a throw. That was a direct hit. And if it was going for a run, it would have been out any day. So Shadab Khan, a bit expensive. And ending his spell with a dot. So 11 off of it. On the expensive side. No wickets yet. So it's relatively a pretty good start. And on comes another star of the NSL Cup. And it's Shaheen Shah Afridi. He used to play for Dhaka back in the day. And that's a swing and a miss from Gurbaz. Using one of his bouncers early on. So let's look at the field here. I think they know that there's going to be some edges. So they place the field accordingly. And oh boy! No edge needed for that. Because that has just hit the stumps plumb as day. Oh no, it reflected off his leg. So Gurbaz there, a poor choice of shot, and the pace has caused the wicket to fall. And on comes an old COXS BAZAAR legend, Babar Azam. He's traveled throughout teams over the seasons, but COXS BAZAAR, who's trying to get back to their old roots, have called on to an old legend, Babar Azam. They splashed their cash on him. He holds the record still for the most runs in innings, if I'm not wrong. That's gonna be a wide. So 2 dot balls and a wicket from Shaheen Shah Afridi, proving to be a lethal bowler here. And Babar Azam, his Pakistan teammate, tried to play a shot, got unlucky there, but they're gonna get a scrappy single. So Sanju Samson on. So Samson, once again, we saw that field beautifully played out because they know that there's going to be some edges here. So preventing a boundary. So just 3 off this over and a wicket. A boundary would be welcome for the COXS BAZAAR COCKS, and that could have been a lethal opportunity for a wicket, but what has happened there? The sectored and Stallions decided to go against the throw and just run to the stumps. So a poor choice there, and on comes UV Chahal. And oh boy, was that a drop? I'm not sure about that, but Babar Azam is off to a shaky start. That's another edge. Can't do much from it. Only century in NSL Cup, Babar Azam. Yes, indeed, but this is not the same Babar Azam that the COCKS had in that season. He's looking very shaky. Oh, once again, can't connect. So has 3 dot balls. And it's chipping away at Babar's confidence. He needs to do something here. He needs to play it smart. He needs to get 1 run at least on the board. And that's another edge and another dot. This might just be a crucial maiden over for the Stallions. We did see the spinners are the ones who are doing the trick in this pitch. And UV Chahal is just proving that. And that's another edge, another dot. Oh, what are you doing? You're just wasting this over, Babar Azam. At least rotate the strike and give it to Samson, who's the set batsman. Oh, boy. And that's gonna be a wicket there. An edge and a cut. And you could just say that that was coming towards him. It was just coming towards him. Babar Azam. A disappointment for the COCKS. A legend that they thought that they could rely on. Clearly not. Safe hands to Puran and Yuvendra Chahal. He was one of the COXS targets. Is going to dispose of a COCKS legend. Chahal, can I get a hoya? Says Tanzim. Yes, indeed. And that's an edge. That could have easily gone to the stumps. But good keeping from Nicholas Puran to prevent that from slipping to a boundary. The batsmen, they're not having an easy time here in the NSL Cup this season around. It's looking to be a bowler's affair in the first match day. Could be due to the pitch. Maybe we'll see some changes in the second match day. But so far is bowling is king. So Sanju Samson also can't connect yet. And once again, that could have easily gone to wood. It's the same edge we saw from the first ball. And the Stallions with their bowling have really primed up. Oh boy, 3 dots. You're gonna need a big shot. And that's the bouncer disposed for an edge. Smart from Samson. That's gonna be a 4. A much needed boundary. They need a lot more of those if they want the run rate to pick up. It's just over 5. That's not what you want. We used to see the run rate be over 10 at this stage of the innings in previous seasons. So in contrast, it's not quite high for the CBC right now. So it's now Josh Inglis playing his first ball of the innings. And that's a smart shot there. Josh Inglis finds the absolute corner over there, bisecting the fielders. It's going to be a welcome boundary. So what was looking to be a conservative over and a very good over for the Stallions has turned out to be an expensive one. And on comes Yuvendra Chahal back on. Maybe to put a bit of pressure back. And that is exactly what the Stallions have wanted. Sanju Samson is going to have to leave the same way Babar Azam has. And that's an edge and an out. Oh boy, the magnetic powers of the ball has gone straight towards the wicketkeeper. So a fall of a big fish. And on comes Heinrich Klaassen. He's also a big buy for the COCKS, and you can see why. It's the first time that Yuvendra Chahal has been considered for a run here. And boy, oh boy, so 2 wickets and just 1 run, and it's Josh Inglis on strike. Chahal now. That got smacked. So I'd say it's a much better performance by the batsmen for the Chahal balls, because now at least they're not getting edges. They're at least trying to connect the shots. And just as I say that, Inglis has not connected anything there. And it's gonna hit the off stump for a wicket. Oh boy! UV Chahal at 3 wickets and just 1 run. What a spell that he's having. I think something needs to be done for the batsman. And I was about to say that's going to be another wicket. I think that's just 1 bounce short. And Mominul Haq got lucky there. So there's 1 ball left of the Chahal innings. Play it smart. You're going to have your opportunities later on. Is that going to run away for a boundary? I don't think so. Doesn't have the legs yet. They're just going to take 1 run deciding against the 2. Chahal, my Rashid Khan replacement, says Shudeen. And on comes another deadly bowler in NSL Cup history, Bhuvi Kumar. So Klaassen's gonna have to face him now. And he plays that beautifully. Does it have the pace for a boundary? I don't think so. Comfortably taken by the fielder. So just gonna get some quick runs here. So Heinrich Klaassen. 2 to start the mark. They're gonna need to pick up the boundaries now. Boundaries is what they're gonna want right now. That's a smart field placement there. It could have easily been a boundary there. So a very low score. I think something needs to be done in the coming matches. So that's an edge. That's an edge that's gone for a boundary. So welcome 4 here. So 6 off this over. And the run rate is also at 6. And whoa boy, Klaassen just plays it down the ground beautifully. But I don't think it's going to have enough pace there for a 4. So it's going to get 2 more quick runs, I believe. So 8 off this over, 2 more to go. Klaassen's still on strike. He's played every ball this over. And oh boy, is that going to be a wicket? Yes, it is! Klaasen can get that boundary, and it's the 5th wicket falling for the COCKS. To their stream ki halka laggy, says Tusky. No, my stream is not laggy on my phone. I think it's just your internet. And on comes Mitchell Santner. The COCKS not giving a class home display, it seems. And Santner getting a boundary now. So no batsman so far has really got set. And on comes Shadab Khan, who's been the most expensive of the Stallions lot. And oh boy, he's not going to be expensive this time around, is he? Mominul Haq is going to have to leave early on. That's an edge and in safe hands for Puran. You know what? I'm going to look at the quick look at the settings here because... oh man. This collapse. Oh no, the settings are fine. The settings are fine. I think something different needs to be done. Maybe batting going to medium in the following match day, because so far we're not seeing big runs. We're seeing an even display, mind you, when it comes to wins and losses. There's no advantage for the toss. It's just that the spectators might want a big game. That's what they want. So Fire Gardens looking empty. Yes, empty indeed. Maybe because they know that their owner is traveling. He's going back home. He's been abroad, so the owner is, you know, he's a moving man. So Shadab Khan, so 2 dots after that wicket. And that's going to be a welcome boundary from Mossadegh Hossain, the captain of the COXS BAZAAR COCKS. Spin needs to be nerfed, Tanzim. Yes, indeed. So, you know, just because we're keeping it even this match day, the second match day, I'm gonna change the batting settings. It's not spin, actually, even pace. Even pace has got a lot of wickets if you looked at the last game. So it's not spin. It's just that the batsmen have not had the best day out. And that's for both teams, mind you. So it's been pretty balanced. It's just that we're not seeing big runs. So 50 is up, but at 8 overs. So at what cost? So Mossadegh Hossain onto Bhuvi Kumar. It's a bouncer there, and the captain disposes that for a 4. They're going to need a lot more 4s if they want a chance at this game. They're going to need a lot more 4s. The score is at 54. So far, the lowest total of the NSL Cup. But they have a lot more balls to go. So as a back-to-back boundary from Mossadegh. The captain doing his captain's... oh, it's Mominul. Oh, shit. I apologize. You know, it's one fodder to another. I can't really tell. So, Mossadegh now. Oh, shots for an LBW maybe? Not really. What is that? I was like, what? What? No way! Is that going to be a look for a run out? Oh my god! He's just... this is the first time I've ever seen this. He just had his foot off the crease. And I think that's going to be OUT. Yes, it is. What an interesting wicket from Mossadegh. He just lifted his foot for a bit. Maybe to readjust, but that's just gone for a wicket. Cheeky from the Stallions. A quick eye. This has to be undoubtedly the craziest run out in NSL Cup history. We've seen nothing like this before. Boy, oh boy. The AI this time around is much smarter than before. They're picking up on these little things. And North J as we call him, is trying to reduce the pressure and go get some boundaries. They're going to want as many runs as possible here. As many runs as possible. And that's exactly what the doctor has ordered. So Bhuvi Kumar has been the most expensive bowler of the Stallion lot. And it's Ben Stokes to finish it off. Oh boy. Is it going to be one of those classic Stokes overs where he gives at least 20 runs? Or is it gonna be something conservative, something that that the Stallions would want? So it's Nokia to Stokes right now at the moment. That's gonna be a dot. There's one run off those two balls. And this is looking to be the lowest total for this match day so far. And the tournament so far as well. That's a bouncer. That could easily be a wide. Is it gonna be? Yes, it is. Too high. Too high, Mr. Stokes. So Nokia still on strike. The fodder field is on and he misses. It's a swing and a miss. That's another dot. Oh no. The COXS BAZAAR COCKS can get it going, it seems. All the fielders are in the circle. Just loft it up and you're going to get a boundary easily. But no, you decide to play it to the fielder. So 2 more balls remain. And I don't think this is going to go past 70 by the looks of it. That's a swing and a miss. Oh my god, Stokes is putting up a wonderful over. But to be fair, these are bowlers who are batting at this point. It's no batsman. So Nokia maybe gets something now. Still no, it's another dot to end it. So there's 2 runs off this over and one of them is a wide. So this is the redemption arc from Ben Stokes, it seems. But yes, indeed, I do believe that I think bowling is a bit overpowered now, which is contradictory to what it was. I think the updates from Big Ant Studios is creating a different philosophy. So normally what I do is I have it so that batting is 1 rank harder than bowling, because before batting is the one that was OP. And what is this? Dimut Karnaratne and his opening partner is coming from under the bleachers. What an interesting way to come onto the pitch. So yeah, no, as I was saying, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it so that bowling and batting is at equal ground. So both are gonna be in medium difficulty. Because if you put it too hard, we see that they're struggling. So once they're on even difficulty, I think we might see higher runs. And hopefully it's an even set of higher runs, not a glitched one. So as Dimut Karnaratne opening up the books for the Stallions with an edged 4. So also this game, like the Dhaka game, is gonna have to be 1 in wickets. It's not gonna be 1 in what you call it, in any other way. I believe it's gonna be 1 in wickets. So Harris Rofe and the COXS BAZAAR COCKS bowlers have a tall order to fill. And on comes Balburney, who just punches it away. It's going to be a single here. So considering that the required run rate is at a steady 7, see, even this over can be considered expensive. That's the situation that we are in right now. And they're going to want a wicket early on. But Dimut Karnaratne says no. No wicket, sir. Ahmed's gonna blast it for a 4. So Harris Rofe, an expensive beginning to the COCKS spell. And that's gonna be a single. That's 11 overs. So that's 11 runs, mind you. It's the first over done. And on comes Naseem Shah. Number 71. A number close to the Bangladeshi fans. I hate this game, says Zunain. Brother, this is still early days. Don't worry, it's still early days. A lot can happen. A lot can happen in this game as well. See you next season. Well, looks like the COXS BAZAAR COCKS has already given up before any chance of anything has happened. So let's see there. And that's gonna be an out! An absolute blinder of a catch! Oh boy, that is easily the catch of the match day! And a contender for the catch of the series! Oh, who was that? It was Sanju Samson! Oh my god, and on comes Ollie Pope an NSL Cup legend, and Naseem Shah has got one big fish and he's gonna have to get another over here. And that is exactly what's going to happen. Naseem Shah on a hat trick with another edged and blinder of a catch. Oh boy! Pope is gonna have to get a duck, and it's Babar Azam this time around. He looked at Sanju Samson and says, boy, I'm gonna do you one better. And Naseem Shah is on a hat trick. And on comes Nicholas Puran. Has disposed for a dot. So Naseem Shah is not gonna get his hat trick, but the COXS BAZAAR COCKS is gonna be happy with this turnaround. He's making the owner eat his words, Naseem Shah. And also Puran and Samson. Because I must say, that wicket won't happen without them. And it's another wicket, and it's going to be 3 wickets from Naseem Shah from 1 over. And LBW here. No point in going upstairs because that was plum as day. Just look at that. Or was it? Ooh, was that plum as day? Maybe we're going to have to look at the big eye. We're going to have to look at the big eye here. Where is it? The big eye is not available. You look at the replay, maybe. No, it's not the replay. Match review. Well, the big eye is not here, so we're just going to resume. Absolute fraud. Yes, indeed. Absolute fraud. But these are, once again, quote unquote legend players, not actual players. And Liam Livingston could have easily chopped it onto his wood over there. So Naseem Shah, 3 wickets and 2 runs. And he has one more spell left, mind you. And on comes Nokia. The tall man feeling a 39 incoming, says Shudeen. Oh boy. So Balburney is going to have to face a dot. The Stallions need to calm down. They need to calm down here because it's not much. It's not a tall order. They can afford to play some dots. They can afford to, rotate the strike like they're doing here. And just play the bad balls for a boundary. And that's easily just going to get you... That's easily going to get you to that total. But the Cox, once again, they understand their assignment. They're going to need to put on the bowling pressure. And Nokia played that bouncer. But no one was there to receive the catch. And that's going to go for a 4. A 4 that they can't afford. So Liam Livingston is trying to pick up the pace here. And that's another beautiful shot. But this time the fielder's going to get it. They're just going to take a single. Oh no, they've taken 2. And they've made it back comfortably. Even a direct hit, they would have been back, I believe. So Nokia turning to be expensive now. What are you going to do? Let's see. So Livingston once again tries to find that gap that he liked. But it's going to just go for a dot. So the last ball to end the over. And that's going to be an edge. An edge and a dot. So a good recovery from Nokia. And on comes back Naseem Shah. The man who took 3 wickets in his first over. Can he take 3 more in this one? That's going to be a dot to start it off. He wants to get Balburney out. He wants to get Balburney out. He wants to get Livingstone out. He wants to force that collapse. Naseem Shah is a man of miracles. And let's see what miracle he performs this time. That's an edge. But not enough flight on it for that to be an out. Oh boy. And this time is another edge. No fielders there. They're gonna take 2. No, just 1. Just 1. Interesting. From the Stallions. So they're giving the strike to Livingston. Maybe because they feel like Livingston can hit some big shots. I don't know. So it's Livingston to Shah now. And that's an edge. And that was a good field placement, preventing a boundary. So it's going to be another single. No wickets here, but no big runs either. So it's Balbirnie back on strike. And Balbirnie, he hasn't been able to get a good connected shot. He hasn't been able to get a boundary. Will this ball be the one? No, it won't. Naseem Shah still putting on the pressure. But no wickets coming off it. That's what's crucial. The wickets is what you want before anything else. And that's another edge. And that's going to end the Naseem Shah spell. So it's been conservative in terms of runs. And maybe that's what the COCKS want. And on comes a spinner now. For the first time. And it's Mitchell Santner. We've seen spinners do the trick so far. And will this spinner do the trick for the COCKS? We're going to have to wait and see. So it's Balbirnie to Santner. And oh boy! Balbirnie will wait no longer. But yes, he will. I thought that was going to go for a 6. But that just beautifully, just the trajectory. Lofted onto the fielder. Look how high it went up. You would have thought I would have gone for a maximum. But the long boundaries have proven it to come to safe hands. And that's an important wicket for the COCKS here. And on comes Chris Lynn. So will this partnership be enough of Lynn and Livingston to take the Stallions to the victory? We're going to have to see, because it is a lot of runs, but they have a lot of balls. And a lucky edge there is what they want. So, I don't know. This game could go either way, if you ask me. One good over. One good over is all the Stallions need for this game to turn around completely on his head. So right now, just let me know what the win predictor is. Let me know what the win predictor is. That's a good 4 from Livingston. So I want to know what you guys are feeling right now. It's just a boundary, so apologies. Just on my phone for a bit. Just looking at an important email. And Livingston scoops it up. A scoop shot. Oh boy. That reduces a lot of pressure, doesn't it? So a lovely scoop shot from Livingston. And that's going to go away for a boundary. And on comes Harris Strove. He's been expensive, hasn't he, from his first spell. Iktugan Baja. Yes, maybe some music. And I think it's going to be Sector Stallion music, but I have no idea what exactly that is. So, I forgot, but I'm going to go to Sounds of NSL. And I'm going to play... What shall I play? So I'm a bit of a confusing. So Modu Hoi Hoi. The COCKS are getting riled up from this one. This is the Harris Strove motivation package. Oh yeah. A quick single there. And oh, a direct hit. A bit of sledging maybe. Come on, Harris. Your tune is playing. You want a wicket from this. You've been a bit of expensive so far. So it's going to be a dot to recover. What a tune. What a tune for the COCKS that is. So it's 65% Stallions right now. And I'd say I have to agree as well. Because not big asking, but that 65 is going to have to reduce by 5%. Because Harris Strove, after listening to Modu Hoi Hoi cover on the COXS Bazaar beach by a 9-year-old kid, is going to get a wicket to end off his spell. So that's Chris Lynn. And Sanju Samson is the one who's going to catch that. And on comes a dangerous man, Benjamin Stokes. Oh, that hasn't ended his spell. He has one ball left. Oh boy. That's not going to run away for a boundary, but that is going to run away from 2. So, relatively expensive considering the run rate, but a wicket falling at that. So, it's Livingston and Stokes. This can easily be a dangerous partnership. Not that the partnership is going to be of many runs, considering the low score, but it could be dangerous nonetheless. They want to get either one of these out right now. Preferably Livingston, because he's set. And Santner needs to use that spin advantage to his disposal, which he's not doing because Livingston's gonna smack it away for a 4. So boy, oh boy, it's spun the other way, and the fodder field is on. Interestingly, is that what you want to do, the COCKS? Is that what you want? So you have to jump and get that there. Could have gone for a boundary. So in the comments, let me know what you're feeling. What are the COCKS feeling right now? They've got a tall order because it's almost at 1 run per ball. So some dots are gonna help reduce that now. But a wicket is crucial. A wicket of Livingston is crucial. And that is exactly what they're gonna get in this ball. Mitchell Santner disposes of Livingston. The pressure of the fodder field, the pressure of Modu Hoi Hoi is gonna get that wicket right here. He just baited Livingston by putting an extra effort in that ball. And that's gonna be disposed of well. As caught by Harris Rauf. And on comes Shadab Khan. He can also bat. He also has the capabilities. But the main man I'd say right now is Benjamin Stokes. And it's Stokes who's gonna get this over. And on comes Mossadegh Hossain. We haven't seen much of him in the NSL Cup. But it's a spin option for the COCKS. And he's gonna get punched away for 4. Not what you want. Not what you want. Stallions about to be made into glue. Ah. I think in our context, that's a reference to Animal Farm, where Boxer was sent to the factory to be turned into some hot glue. But the Stallions are gonna say nay, nay to that, because Benjamin Stokes has just hit a back-to-back 4, taking it almost to 1 run per ball. And Mossadegh Hossain is not gonna like that. And I think that's gonna be a maximum. Oh, Benjamin Stokes, I think taking a slight bow there. There's a slight nudge because he knows what he's just done. He's just turned this game around for the Stallions. And I can say now, this game is comfortably in the Stallions' stride. Because that's 2 4s, a 6 and a 4. So Mossadegh Hossain, 18 runs given. And it's also given away the game here. Oh boy, is that going to be another one? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The COCKS seem nothing short of a miracle. And it's Mossadegh Hossain who's the culprit, who just threw away this game. So 3 from 13. You can't imagine that's much now. And that 3 is going to come in the form of a boundary. So a full boundary over from Mossadegh Hossain. And they're prematurely going to give this game away for a Stallions victory. And just imagine what that's going to do to the run rate now. Just imagine what that's going to do. So, boy, oh boy. I don't think Zon's going to be happy with that. And the COCKS fans aren't going to be happy with that either. Mossadegh Hossain just throwing away the game here. And Ben Stokes gonna be the hero. After seasons of disappointment. Finally turning into a new light, it seems. So a quick look at the scorecard here. You all doubted him, I didn't. I had faith in Benny Boy, says Stallions. And yes, indeed, that has proved to be well. So a game that was looking to be tight after those Harris Rauf overs, after those Santner overs, is now A one-sided Sector 10 affair with that last Mossadegh spell. So the man of the match still goes to Yuvendra Chahal for his spell of 3 for 3. So let's look at the standings real quick. So it's Stallions on top with a net run rate of 1.95. And the COXS are going to lose their first game. So we're done with this match day. We're done with this match day for the Group B. And we're going to move on to the next match day. So here are the matches that we have. We have Joshua Jokers versus the COXS BAZAAR COCKS at the Madhouse. It's the DOHS versus Crazy Kurigram. And it's the Noah Kali Naughties versus Sector 10. So, Akon, boys, if you want, I can give a back-to-back match. Kushtia and Nagurpur, if you're down, let me know. So Samin and Tanzim Bashar, do let me know. Do let me know if you guys are down for a back-to-back match in this one. I mean, group attack Kurlam. Okay, Samin is here. What about Bashar? Okay, that's it. Game is on, boys. Game is on. So we're gonna go here to Group B. And it's the Kushtia Kankis, the debutante, versus the Nagurpur Nunus. Abraz, if you're in the stream still, can you please give a quick story? And if you have ChatGPT, make a quick poster for this match, please. So that's my request to Abraz. But other than that, please, yeah. So we're gonna look at the kit and lineup real quick. Let me know if there are any changes. So here we are. So for the Kankis and the Nunus, I don't think the Nunus have any changes because he fixed his lineup on call with me and Abraz recently. So Kushtias, Kankis, do let me know. Kushtia is ready to dominate. Oh, what a statement. So Kankis, let me know. Is all gay? Is all good? Is Sodi and Shami are number 1 and 2? Your captain is Warner. And your wicketkeeper is Mushfiqur Rahim. Okay, I'll assume everything is okay. I assume there are no changes. It's been silent for a while. Anyway, so uniforms are set. And we go to match settings just to see. It's a 410 at the Palekele Stadium. Look at the pitch real quick. No, not dry hard. We're going with standard medium is what we're doing. Standard medium for everyone in this match day. We're keeping it level. So we're going to start the match here. Now, to the request, I might do something. Might I give the Pissy to standard hard? It's not going to make any difference because your lineouts are the same. You guys don't have anyone. So is this going to be a batting affair this? So we're going to see if this pitch makes a difference. So we're going to start the match now. Oh, we just had a drop in viewership. We lost 2 men. I can assume only it's the COCKS. Oh no, we lost another one. Oh boy, what's happening? Where is everyone? Lineup good. Okay. Says yes. No worries. Lineup is good. Ready. So here we are for a back-to-back thriller. And it's a new stadium. The Palekele Stadium. We're here in Sri Lanka. And I'd say this is the newbie derby. Only because these are the 2 latest teams to be added to the NSL Cup. So we're going to have the flick of the coin here. So Travis Head to Warner. 2 Australian teammates. And it's Nagurpur Nunus who have won the toss in their home ground. What are they going to pick? They're going to pick to bowl first. Maybe he saw the last game, Travis Head, and was like, you know what? The chasing team has won. So maybe that trend is going to carry over here. So right now it's Jasprit Bumrah to David Warner. Now, Warner has been a player who's not had the best of campaigns in his NSL career. Is it going to be a different story this time around? And starting with what I think is a boundary is definitely a turnaround for the Warner story here. We see the fans in the low stadiums. So it's quite a casual stadium, this. You know, just some bleachers here and there, nothing big. And Bumrah with his iconic run-up. Oh, that's going to get smacked away just for a single. So Samin and Tanzim Bashar, do let me know in the comments what's up, what's going on, how are you feeling for this game? I want to know a bit from the owners. I know it's the first game for the Kushtia Kankis, so do let me know how the nerves are at this moment. So Dawid Malan's going to play his first ball here. And he's going to smack it away. And it's going to just be a single here. So Jasprit Bumrah. It's 2 singles after that first boundary. It's Warner and Malan. This could easily be a deadly partnership. These are some big names in cricket, mind you. Some very big names. That's the wicket keeper there. So just a dot now. Let's see what the Kankis can do. So the debutant is going to punch it away, David Warner. The men in blue versus the men in purple. It's a bit India-inspired, isn't it, this jersey? I'd say. It's a bit of a purple and orange affair. But it is quite a nice jersey, isn't it? Quite nice to look at. Even this Nagarpur Nunu's jersey. Ooh, the purple is really shining out. I'd say the better purple kit from the two with Dhaka. And so Dawid Malan is going to get a cheeky 4 here. Cheeky 4. Always scary the first time, says the owner of the Kankis. But maybe he's being a bit humble. And on comes a spinner now. We've seen them be quite lethal, haven't we? So is David Warner to Tabrai Shamsi. And that's a big shout here for an LBW. But the umpire decided against it. Maybe the ball just turned away. Maybe it's pitching outside off. Yes, it is. So Shamsi showing why the spinners dominate. And Warner's going to punch that away. It's not going to get any runs off of it. Oh, we've just gone down to 1 viewer, it seems. Oh, it's quite sad. Or maybe it's a glitch on my phone. It's quite sad. But anyway, I'm going to get a quick single now. Warner giving the strike to Malan. So it's a good of a slow start. It's a good start though. No wickets falling. Because collapses have been the trend this NSL Cup. And a switch hit from Malan. I could have easily gone to the fielder there if it was mistimed. And what a throw to hit to the wicket from that far out. Oh boy. Just a single now. Rotating strike. And Warner, oh, plays that beautifully into the deep square leg. It's going to be a 4. The Kankis really doing a good job in their debut game. And that is at what's not their home stadium. And what a wide. Oh boy, that has turned completely. That's as wide as I get. Yeah, glitchy hobby, says Lethal Weapon. Yes, indeed. So I'm hoping there are a lot more people watching. And boy, oh boy, Warner tried to go big and he's going to have to go home. Completely misses that Shamsi ball. And that's good night for Warner. Still not getting off the mark in NSL Cup. And on comes a newbie, Charit Asalanka. So this is Asalanka's home ground. In the sense that it is Sri Lanka. So Asalanka and Sri Lanka. What can he do here? And he's gonna smack that away for a single. To start the Bumrah over. No boy, I haven't had my breakfast yet. So I'm a bit hungry, mind you. And the fodder field is back from the Nunus, it seems. Oh boy. You want to see that right now. So Asalanka just lofts it up. That could have easily just been an edge and an out. Butterfingers from the Nunus there. But it's not going to be any run. Just a dot. Unfortunate. That's a lethal trash can. Yes, indeed. Quite unfortunate with that wicket I assume you're talking about. So Asalanka can't get off the mark yet, it seems. 2 dots. As hand up. I think he's a bit confused. Doesn't know what to do. There's a bit of home pressure here, isn't it? You know? And you're playing away and you're at home. You have conflicting emotions. And Asalanka here just bisects the field beautifully. A lovely pull shot going away for a 4. So boy, oh boy. It's a good recovery there after those dots. And he's off the mark. The fodder field remains. All the fielders are in the circle. He plays a similar shot. That's going to be another 4. So Jasprit Bumrah looking to be an expensive one, isn't he? Normally he's been a star bowler. He's been a star player before, even in NSL Cup. But this time around, he's looking to be a bit expensive. That's a dot to end it. So the Bumrah spell is done. 20 from 2 overs. Relatively expensive. And they brought back on Shamsi. Not wasted any time. Putting on the pressure. They're trying to get Milan out. Because he's a big fish, isn't he? And this is exactly why he's a big fish. Because he can do things like that. He can do things like that. And that's going to run away for a 4. Just 1 bounce short of a 6. And I must say, whoever this umpire is looks like Lionel Messi. He looks like Lionel Messi if he was ginger. So Messi here as umpire. A change of career, it seems, towards his end. And Milan once again lofts it up for a quick single. So, Asalanka to Shamsi. What's the newbie gonna do with the spinner here? He's gonna do a switch hit. But to no avail, the fielder was there just waiting for him. But that does show a strike of confidence from Asalanka. So the Kushtia Kanki is looking confident. They're looking confident in their debut match. Ooh, that's a good ball to defend it. The turn there was exactly what caught Warner off guard and hit the stumps. Asalanka learning from the mistakes of Warner and not falling for that trick there of Shamsi. And he's gonna lift it up. Is it gonna be a maximum? No, 1 bounce short again. And you see the Kankis fans lift up in joy. That's another 4. So proving to be a very good over for the Kankis. A very good over. And oh boy, Asalanka tried to go big. And this could be a stumping. This could be a stumping, and I think it is. I think it is. He's gone too far out. Or is it? Oh, that's millimeters. That's millimeters once again. So what's it going to be? 6 letters on the board, and Asalanka gets a breath of new life in him. Unfazed as usual. He's like, oh, you know what? I expected that. I wasn't shocked. And on comes Ravi Bishnoi. I don't think Bishnoi's been in any team before, as has he. But he is somehow the T20 all-rounder bowler. And another switch hit from Milan. Switch after switch. Who turned the lights on is what I'm going to have to say, because that's how the boundaries are coming. And Milan is set now. Milan is set. What can he do here? I think he wants to get a big total. He wants to make a statement start for the Kankis. That's what he wants to do. Samin, are you still watching? Is my question. Are you still here? Say something in the chat if you are. Because Dawood Malan is just tearing the bowlers apart. Pacer or spinner, it does not matter. He is going to just dispose of them. He is going to get rid of them. So, a good run rate here, 9.78. One of the few instances we've seen the run rate go to a 10 now. it was the Silet Sexies who've had a run rate like that in their last game. So I think this batting field is proving to be a batting affair. So Ravi Bishnoi, not a good debut in his NSL Cup career. But just as I say that, Ravi Bishnoi is going to get his wicket, and a big wicket at that. It's Dawid Malan who's going to have to go. Oh, he was getting a bit too cheeky. Switch after switch, but this time the switch is off. And he's going to go back home, Malan. But he did do his damage, I'd say. He did do his part. And on comes Mushfiqur Rahim. Now, Mushfiq can also do numbers, can't he? We've seen him for the Stallions pull off some big chases in the NSL Cup. So there's going to be a dot here to end the Bishnoi over. And let's see who's going to come back on. And so it's Chris Jordan. A pace option. The collars are popping up for Jordan, it seems. He's not, you know, he's a cool guy. He doesn't wear his collars down. He doesn't wear it normally. So it's Chris Jordan to Asalanka. And Asalanka is going to say bye-bye Jordan. It's going to be the first 6 of the innings. Gone over the bleachers, gone over the crowd. And Lionel Messi is going to say 2 fingers up for a 6. So, oh boy, Asalanka is now, he's the one who's set now. He's the danger man you're going to have to look out for. And or get disposed of that. Would have been a wide. I'm not sure why he played that shot there. Asalanka. So well then. Oh, beautifully driven down the ground. An absolute beautiful shot. Running away for a 4. It doesn't get better than that, does it? Oh, what a lovely shot there. A beautiful piece of cricket from Asalanka. So Travis Head is now rearranging the field a bit. He wants to get this boy out. He wants to get him bait for an edge or something of that sort. That's gonna be a wide. Really having to stretch there. Lionel Messi says that's a wide and a bouncer. Yes, it is. So Chris Jordan is looking to be an expensive option, and the run rate has creeped up above 10. Oh, a cheeky shot. Is that going to be 2? Yes, it is. But no, they decided against it. I think they could have gotten 2 easily there. So once again, a nice shot. Oh, the viewership has gone up by 5. I think it's fixed now. I didn't think many people were watching. So Chris Jordan to Mushfiqur Rahim, who can't get off the mark yet. But this is going to be the one where he gets that quick, cheeky single. So Mushfiqur Rahim is now off the mark. And he's going to retain strike as he comes into the Bishnoi over. So the run rate is above 10. And the Kankis are looking in a very good position considering this is their debut. And oh boy, what a beautiful shot from Mushfiq. He gets his first boundary now. That's a lovely 4, isn't it? That's what we want to see. We want to see statement starts like this from new teams. I remember the Nagurpur Nunus had a similar statement start when they first started their NSL Cup career. And they're going to have to get the other end of the stick in this one. So guys, let me know, what's the win predictor looking at? What is the win predictor looking at? And oh boy, Asalanka! He's gonna be one to watch, isn't he? He's gonna be one to watch. What a lovely 6. Just lofts it up. Nothing you can do about that. And Bishnoi is gonna be very, very expensive. The most expensive bowler for the Nunus. And that's another 6. Another maximum. You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I think Asalanka has a bit of that home ground love, doesn't he? The home fans were cheering for him, even though it's the Nunus home pitch. A few Kankis fans have come out here to praise the homeboy. Just a dot now. Slowing down the pace, but he's already done his damage this over. They can take it. They can take it calm. They can take it cool now. But Asalanka's not gonna take it cool. He tried to go big. It's to no avail. So on comes Chris Jordan again to finish off his spell. He's been expensive in his first time around. As Mushfiqur Rahim now gonna have to bowl. Defended well. A cheeky single, giving the strike to Asalanka, the man who's in form. And what can he do? Can he go to a 50? Can he go to a half century? That's what he wants. Settings, key corso, Sam, or nothing. Taskeen is just a batting pitch, this one. But settings is going to change, yes. I agree. Or is it really? Because looking at this batting pitch, I don't see any problems. I think maybe it's just the pitch. It's just the pitch where, you know, you see the spinners do well. Because in a dry pitch, this is exactly the runs you'd expect to happen in T10s. It's a big shout there, but I don't think there's going to be anything. Lionel Messi is going to say no. Yes, it is. Shea Maramari Hoitase. Yes, Shudin. Yes, indeed. This is a standard hard pitch, mind you. It's a standard hard pitch. That could be why we're gonna see more runs. And was that a slip up from the wicketkeeper there? Oh, you just cannot do that. What would have been a wicket plum as day? Oh, you just can't miss those opportunities there. But Chris Jordan says, you know what, Johnny Bairstow? You've missed the wicket. But I'm gonna make up for it by bowling Asalanka on the stumps. And on comes another big man, Daryl Mitchell. An ex-Dhaka player who's done relatively well. And he's gonna get a lucky edge there. He's gonna run away for a 4 now. So Jordan gets an important wicket, but expensive nonetheless. Is that Bairstow who's the wicket? I don't think it is. I think it is. I'm not sure who he is. I'm not sure who Nunus have as their wicketkeeper. And on comes Mitch Marsh. Oh boy. Guys, if you just excuse me for a second. Actually, no, not yet. Not yet. I'm still here. So Mitch Marsh opening up his spell. And the Kankis are really in the stride for a very big total. And there we have it, Mushfiqur Rahim now. Punishing Marsh in the death overs. He knows that they need to push this total up. 120 is on the cards, I'd say. If they continue this format. If they continue hitting the boundaries. And that's exactly what they need to reach that 1-2-0. An absolute maximum from Mushfiq. Oh boy. So Mitch Marsh, unlucky here in the death overs. He's gonna get smacked around. That's a dot to recover. Well then. Well then. So on to his second last ball. It's an edge. Still a dot. So no boundaries yet. And Mitch Marsh looks set, but so does Mushfiqur Rahim. Oh, it's a bouncer. Is there going to be a wide? Yes, it is. Mushfiq is too short for those, buddy. You're not going to get your bouncer quota fixed on that one. Going to go for a wide. So another welcome run. And I think this is out. This has to be out. Yes, it is. The fielder had his hands before the ball even come towards him. And Mushfiqur Rahim is going to go. And Mitch Marsh gets a wicket here. And Lahiru Thirimane, another homeboy, and it's Aiden Markram bowling the final over. So it's Daryl Mitchell to Markram. How high can they push this total here? It's a dot to start it off. Restricting the runs would be ideal for the Nunus. Don't give them any more boundaries. Daryl Mitchell is going to want to hit big, and yes, he does! It's gone for a 6 here, so 100 is up. And we're here at 104. Daryl Mitchell now. So it's another dot to recover. The Conkeys want some more boundaries. And that's exactly what they're going to get with shots like those. Just one bounce forward. No protection there in the deep. And Lionel Messi's going to wave it off. So 10 runs off this over. 2 more boundaries would really take this total high, wouldn't it? And no siree! That's going to be a jump, I think, from Chris Jordan. Just getting Daryl Mitchell out. On comes Zakir Hassan to play the last ball. An expensive over nonetheless, I'd say. An expensive over, but that's going to be a boundary to finish it off. So the target is set at... What is it set at? Not sure. But a phone call came. It's set at 112. So 113 is the target for the Nunus. 3 extras off it. 3 wides. And on comes Travis Head and Surya Kumar Yadav. So Ish Sodhi is going to be the opening bowler for the Conkeys. They know spinners do well, don't they? And they're going to use them early on here. So someone has come at my door. I'll just come back. Just take a short break for a moment. Do enjoy the match in the meantime. And oh boy, before I can enjoy it, it's a wicket for Sodhi. And Travis Head is going to have to go for an absolute duck. Quack, quack, quack. Buddy, you're gone. And this has to be the MRF catch of the match coming from Thirimane. Oh, the homeboy hero. Getting a big fish. And it's Glenn Phillips on strike. Ish Sodhi, the spinner early on, is doing the trick, it seems. Before I could go to the door. Surya Kumar Yadav, the fodder field is on. Sodhi is looking to be a very, very good opening bowler here for the Conkeys. This is last ball of the opening spell. And oh boy, defended well. So it's 1 from 1 from the opening spell, and Conkeys is trying to make a statement start to their NSL Cup campaign. So Mohammad Shami now, he's been undoubtedly the best bowler in the World Cup this year. And he's going to start off with the dot. And he can get wickets. He was a man who can get wickets. Bhai, ami to buji nai, game start hoise, says Samin. Oh boy. If you were in the stream, I did mention we're doing back-to-back. I was in the stream when I mentioned it. So looks like you've missed the opening innings of your bowlers, but I think you did a good job at that because the Conkeys were absolutely smacking it. So I think it's a better time to join here, Samin. It's a better time to join, if I say so myself. You're just starting off your second innings and you want to see the batsman play, don't you? Eshe dekhi Ki Obusta. Thank you, Medei Obusta, but yes. So fuck. I was looking at the chat here. So Mohammad Shami is looking to be a bit expensive. 9 runs off it. And 2 more balls to go. It's not the World Cup Shami that we're familiar with. And that's going to be 4 more from Sky. So Mohammad Shami, you need to do something different now. A fielder has been played on the slip. And something different is indeed what he has done. And he's gonna get the wicket. Oh, he just bowled it absolutely fine. No cross seam, no nothing. A classic pacer delivery. And that was too fast for his teammate Surya Kumar Yadav. And he's gonna have to walk back home for just 8 runs. And on comes Mitch Marsh. And they've brought back on Ish Sodhi, haven't they? They want to dispose these batsmen early on. They don't want them to stick around for too long. Let's see what's going to happen here. So it's Ish Sodhi to Glenn Phillips. He tries to punch it away. Not enough pace on it. Just going to rotate strike for a single. So is Sodhi here. The conservative bowler for the Kankis. And conservative he will be. Not leaking any runs. Just 1 wicket he's given. The Nunus, they need to do something big. They can't afford too many small overs like this. And this is a much better shot here. Can't find the gap, but they're going to get 2 runs, maybe 3, but they've decided against it, it seems. One thing I've noticed this season is that they're much more careful with their running, the batsmen. They don't really risk it because they don't want to risk runouts. They, they just try to play it safe in that department. And Mitch Marsh just defends it well. Look, could easily hit his stumps. So a boundary here would be really nice to conclude the Ish Sodhi overs because he's been absolutely beautiful, isn't he? Just 4 runs so far from his 2 overs. And that would have been a boundary, but the field was set up beautifully and there's going to be a single. So 5 runs from his 2 overs. And the Nunus are going to need some big overs if they want to make up for it. And it's Mohammad Shami who's back on strike, who's been expensive, but he did get 1 wicket there. So Mitch Marsh is gonna have to be a victim to Shami, who's gonna get another wicket to open up his 2nd over. Oh boy! And on comes a big man who can rescue his team from deep trouble, and that is the man that is Aiden Markram. And there we go. Markram trying to find the gap. There's not enough pace on the field for a boundary, so they're going to get a quick double here. Samin is not happy. The Nunus are not happy with this situation here. Eshe bhul kursi, says Samin. Looks like it's the owner watching curse. Something that we've noticed in NSL Cups is that whenever the owner watches, the team doesn't do well. An extra amount of effort needed to save that. But I don't know why the Nunus have not taken 2 runs there. They've just taken a single. Why was that the case? So Glenn Phillips to Shami now. And that's an edge. And is that an out? Oh, the finger is up from Lionel Messi. It is. Oh, it's a collapse for the Nunus. An absolute collapse. They're gonna want to go upstairs maybe, but there's no point. That's a clear edge. And an absolute blinder of a catch from Daryl Mitchell. Glenn Phillips is going to have to go back home. And on comes a man who's been ready with his helmet from the beginning. Because he does not want the clock to tick for a timeout. And that's Angelo Matthews. He's going to start off with a boundary. Or oh, is he? No, he's not. The fielding from the Conkeys. The bowling from the Conkeys. Everything has been on point. They really are looking to be a formidable opponent in the NSL Cup campaign as we go along. So Angelo Matthews here. Just a single rotating strike, retaining it for the next over. I'm just going to come back from the door. Just give me a quick second. Let's watch the match. Hopefully nothing big happens. And on comes Simon Harmer, who's been rather expensive in his other campaigns. But let's see what happens here. Oh boy! The moment I come here, I see a shout for a wicket, and it's Angelo Matthews, who's been caught for an out. And on comes Sikandar Raza. Simon Harmer. What a spell. What a spell. This is just pure dominance from the Conkeys. Pure dominance. LMAO says the Conkey owner. Yes, indeed. Quite an LMAO. I think this game is now just running away at this point. It really is running away. Unless they have some two big miraculous overs, I think it's game for the Conkeys at this point. So, let's see here. Let's see here what happens. That's a much welcome boundary from Aiden Markram. Been a while since we've seen one of those, haven't we? Simon Harmer finally conceding a boundary. And it's Gerald Kotsea. He's also making his NSL Cup debut as well with the Conkeys. So let's see how he plays in this tournament. That's going to be a cheeky edge. That's going to run away for 4. So they're going to need a lot of those. Sikandar Raza. Ah, what a cookie I'm having. An almond nougat cookie with a raspberry center. Try and find one of these boys. This is a top tip from the host. You're not going to regret it. They're quite cheap. You can find this in any local bakery or pastry house. Preferably Danish. I think this is a Danish treat. So, yeah. Absolutely lovely to munch on. They're quite cheap as well. So get one of these boys. So, Aiden Markram, he's got a big task on his hands, I must say. A big task on his hands. He's going to need to do something big. And Sikandar Raza is just helping him out. They need many more of these boundaries. Gerald Kotsea not off to a good start in his NSL Cup career. Already conceding 10 runs from his first 4 balls. And, well, it's called a commentator's curse for a reason, isn't it? Because Kotsea just as I was saying he was being expensive, has turned that expense into a wicket. And on comes Chris Jordan. He's a man who can bat as well. But when you have 74 runs to do, I'm not sure that's the man who you want coming out. Deshe kuchta biscuit. Yes, indeed. Try find it. I'm pretty sure, Baba. It's quite a common biscuit. It's an almond biscuit, raspberry center. If not, even almond biscuits do. So Simon Harmer is now back on. It's on to Aiden Markram. Now Markram has not seen a lot of the ball. He has not seen a lot of the ball at all. And I don't know why, because he can do things like that. He can do things like that. Scooped it up for a 6, and he's going to need a lot more of those. Markram, in my opinion, is the key player for the Nunus. Even in the auctions, Dhaka was eyeing up. A lot of people were eyeing him up. And the Nunus, they splashed his cash on him. So Markram, is he going to live up to the hype? We have to see. Tries to smack it away. Gonna be a dot. Can't have many of those. Oh, it's another dot here. You're gonna want 2 boundaries. You're gonna want 2 boundaries, Markram. If you want a fighting chance, because we're closing in on the death overs now. That's gonna be another dot. Quite a dominating performance from the Khankis. This could be what's a commanding win, might you? But it's not gonna be commanding if Markram can pull stunts like those. So after 4 dot balls, he responds with a maximum. Boy, oh boy. Chris Jordan now onto the attack. The Gerald Coetzee overs. He's gonna smack it away. It's not gonna carry on for a 4. Good fielding in the deep there. Oof, I need more of these cookies, man. Should have ordered more. Ask him all Jabo to get more of these cookies. Gerald Coetzee, so 60 from 17. It's a tall order. They're going to need a lot of boundaries. Back to back to back. They can't afford dots. They can't afford wickets, crucially. And Markram's been given strike. Because he's the man who can do something, can't he? Just got a phone call here. Apologies, I'm back from my phone call. So it's a 4 from Markram, a much needed 4 to reduce the pressure here. Gerald Coetzee once again expensive. He tried to play the same ball that he did to get the wicket before of Sikandar Raza. But Markram, the experienced man, the experienced campaigner, disposes it for a 4. So this is looking to be one of the overs that the Nagarpur Nunus needed. Oh, it's a bouncer, it's a wide. The pressure getting to Coetzee, the new boy. And Messi says it's a wide. So it's not looking too comfortable now. You can't get too comfortable, Khankis, because all of a sudden the game can turn around, especially if a batsman gets set. We saw in the last game with the COXS BAZAAR COCKS when 1 over just changed the entire game, and that was the over of Musaddiq Hussain to Ben Stokes. So Chris Jordan now on strike. He wants to get a boundary because he doesn't want to rotate strike. He wants Markram to have the start of the second over, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get a boundary, and it's going to be an expensive over for the Khankis, but a much needed over for the Nunus. So it's Aiden Markram who's going to face Daryl Mitchell. Oh boy. This also needs to be a big over. 45 from 2 overs. That's over 20 runs and over. And that 4 is going to help, isn't it? That 4 is going to help for those 20 runs, isn't it? A few more boundaries. Markram getting in the stride. He can't be out. He cannot afford to be out by any means possible. And that's another boundary. Disposing the bouncer. And this is what he can do. This is what he can do. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a thriller. We're in for a classic. The Nanus using their experience over the Kankis. And that's gonna be a maximum, I think. Yes, it is! Oh boy, something needs to change for the Kankis. Because this game is now telling a different tale. Markram is eyeing up the 50 here. He's eyeing up the 50. And that's a boundary that's going to get him closer to that. But most importantly, it's a boundary that's going to reduce the runs required. Oh, is this going to be a tale of the Dhaka and the Bhoots? Because they had an over like this, the second last over. But it was a last over where a bit of unwise decision making among the batsmen caused the loss for the Bhoots. So a single now after 4 back-to-back boundaries. 18 runs coming off it. So 19 runs now off this over. And Chris Jordan wants to do a big shot as well. To reduce the pressure on the last over. And a big shot he will. But he doesn't have the legs yet. Oh, they took a single. But that means Jordan's going to retain strike. Oh, no, no, no. And it's Charit Asalanka who's doing the last over. But it's Jordan on strike, not Markram. You don't want to see that, do you? But Jordan is going to say, hey, I'm going to go out. Because I am a very useless player. I'm getting a call from Sarjil Rashid, this dumbass. He has no idea that the NSL Cup is going on. So Chris Jordan has left the pavilion. On comes Bryce Shamsi, and I think this game is done. Because you're going to need all 4s just to tie it. And clearly something like that is not going to help you. So you're now going to need all 6s to tie it. And I reckon if Aiden Markram was on strike at this moment, the Nagurpur Nunus would have had a fighting chance. Yes, this game now is more than done. So it's a not out there, but Nagurpur sold. Yes, indeed, Nagurpur sold. That Chris Jordan single at the end. And his attempt to go big or go home has resulted in this situation. I have no words. And Shamsi's, what is he doing? That's an out for sure, isn't it? I mean, there's no point looking at that. Shamsi is throwing away. Oh, it's not out. See on the board. Still useless as ever. But game over. Yes, I mean game over. But I would argue this is a game that you could have fought for. And you had in the bag if it wasn't for some poor decision making. So it's going to run away for a 4. You're going to want that to help with the run rate here. Because the first game run rate matters a lot. Onwards and upwards, says the Nunus. They have a bit of confidence in them. They're not giving up yet. But this one is a clear wicket of Shamsi. Wickets don't matter for run rate. But Sri Lanka is going to get a treat there. So it's a victory for the debutants. The Kankis. Shamsi looking for the bench. Yes, indeed. Oh, I forgot to take a picture of the scorecard. Mind you. But never mind. I can take a picture of it here. So, a commanding victory by the debutants, the Kankis. Opening up their NSL career. Aiden Markram, the hero that he was gonna be, wasn't given the opportunities in the last 2 overs. And he had to leave before he could even get his 50. So the player of the match is still going to go to Asalanka, who's had a good spell with the ball and a few quick wickets towards the end. So it's a good game regardless for the Kushtia Kankis. And we're going to look at it. And we just have one more match in this match day. It's the Chutias versus the Testicles. But before that, we're going to have a quick look at the standings here. So Kankis with a run rate of 2.0 is at the top, overtaking Dhaka. And with that, I think we're going to end the stream for now. So it's been a pleasure hosting for you boys here. And it's good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever in the world that you are.